what is the importance of this prayer breakfast that we always have? This prayer breakfast zimekuwa, I think jana we had another prayer breakfast. I think it's the 22nd prayer breakfast. But I just want us to discuss as Kenyans. I just want us to ask ourselves, what is the significance of this prayer breakfast? Because they have been there and they are always so flashy. Na watu wanakuja, they take a lot of kuna a lot of meals to be eaten, and there's a lot of speeches, there's a lot of presumably worship, and then prayers, and then a lot of speeches. So what is the significance of this prayer breakfast? We just want to ask ourselves that important question, because at the end of the day, it's always good to understand why do we this. Because I have seen there was so many speeches during that prayer breakfast. There was a prayer by Beatrice Elachi that has really shocked Kenyans. But before I go into the details and everything, if you are coming here for the first time, I would like you to take a second to subscribe and to hit the notification bell, so that anytime I post a video, you will always be the first to watch. So kindly do so, na kama kawaida, I'll be back. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed, and for the return subscribers, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Now back to my video. I was asking, what is the relevance, what is the importance of this prayer breakfast? Because at the end of the day, me, I always feel deep down in my heart, I always feel like whoever the people that organize this thing, they don't do it from they are not like, they don't do it genuinely. It is not from their heart, because there are some actions that precede some of this prayer breakfast that later you question yourself, are these really people who are like who really pray to God and did all those things that they did? Like, are they really sorry, or are they really up to like making sure that they walk in the footsteps of God and everything? Because there were so many things that were said in that speech. There were so many people who talked, and one of the key pillar was that there was Kindiki said that millennials and the Gen Z should respect their elders. You get? So, and Lachi had a long prayer of self-reflection, and he called out people who are taking advantage of the position they have been given by the president to loot and to steal money and to do all sort of things. He even cursed. He said that the internet has been brought here by the devil to destroy the youth and everything, and so many other speeches. And then there was someone who also said, oh, the people need to listen to the voice of the young people. The young people have come of age, and they need space. They need to be listened. They need someone who can talk to them. But it seems that the political elite are not listening to them. They are treating them as children instead of treating them as adults. So we just want to look deep into these issues, and then we highlight some of these things. So before I go into the details, just watch some of these videos. Na kama kawaida, I'll be back.
We have become a country of tenders, but we don't do the right thing, Father. That in every year we repeat maintenance, we misuse our own resources, and then we lament, Father, forgive us. That today we might change in every office. We are the bearers, Father, for those who implement in the executive. How we pray for them, Father, that they will stop sabotaging the president, that they will do what is rightful, Father, that you can do what is rightful by ensuring you are in an office, not just the seat, but yourself, not just that you have taken a leave so that that thing will not work because there's nothing in it for you. And Father, we pray that this social media that has decided to run our country, Father, that spirit, my Father in heaven, we want to confess as the legislators that indeed we must sort out that sector. And Father, we shall have courage to stand and believe in what is good for the country, what is good for our generation, what is good for the future of Kenya. Father, forgive us.
What about your Gen Z? How do you build the bridge? If leaders would stand up and say to our Gen Zs, we had you arrested, and we know that had to be traumatizing, and we're sorry. We shut down the internet, and we know that that's your primary source of communication, and we're sorry. Now we want to bring you to the table so that you can have a voice, because you're no longer a child. You're an adult. And we want to begin to say, how do we begin to treat you like an adult?
Tanzania, if we have wronged you in any way, forgive us. Our friends from Uganda, if there is anything that Kenyans have done that's not right, we want to apologize if there is anything. To our children, if there is any misstep, we apologize. To our neighbors, if there is any misstep that we have done, we want to build the relationship that will make our country great and will take us forward. And to each and every one of us, I know today God in his own way has made it possible for us to build the bridges between our political parties.
Having watched those videos, you can see how the thing was. There was a lot of things that happened, but I think these ones were the ones that really captured the moment and everything. So this prayer breakfast, my question will be this: how relevant is this prayer breakfast? How relevant is this thing to Kenyans? And do these people really mean what they say and what they say in this prayer breakfast? The prayers that they send to God, do they really mean these prayers? Because remember, this prayer breakfast comes like a year after there was so much nini on the Gen Zs, the June 25th, where so many people were killed, young people were killed, so many people were abducted, and so many people are still missing where they don't know where they are. And then you wonder, the same people now have come forth and are saying that they are sorry, the country needs to heal, the young people needs to heal, the young people need to be given time, they need to be given space to express themselves. But the young people have been expressing themselves all along. The young people have always been saying that how they feel about how the country is being run. Sometimes I ask myself, what is it so hard for the political elite to sit down and just listen to these young people? Because whatever the solution you are coming up, these are cosmetic solutions. These are not permanent solutions. These young people are looking for permanent solutions. These young people are looking for permanent solution to their education, permanent solution to how they are going to get sustainable jobs. You people, you have made these young people to turn up to be content creators because they have no any other alternative. Everyone is looking for a way in which they can make it in life and everything. Things have become so hard. These young people have kept on reminding you and kept on telling you that, hey, we need space. We need you to give us jobs. We need you to create jobs for us. We don't need these things that you are telling us. You this at kazi ya mjengo nini. It is not sustainable. People are looking for a long-term solution to this problem. These are the kind of things that the young people are looking for. These people are crying about the looting that is happening in this country, the stealing that is happening in this country. But instead of listening to them, some of you people are threatening them, are abducting them, are doing all sorts of things to them. Why is it so difficult to just sit down and listen to these young people? What is it so difficult? Why do you people just have to make sure that you want to silence them? Why do you want to silence someone who is coming to you for help? Someone who is crying to you? Because the amount of things, the kind of things that you are doing, the kind of largesse, the kind of excessive misuse of money in this country is what they are complaining about. Honestly, how can we every financial year that there's a budget to repair State House? Surely, hata kama you are someone who is not like, you don't want to, surely is that something you can keep quiet about? People are complaining because they can see these things. They can see money being looted left, right, and center. Surely, how can you allocate billion to State House repair? Surely, what is that is always being repaired every financial year? What is it? Are you like people buying like new furnitures every day, or are you like changing the same building all over every time after every financial year? We Kenyans understand that this is where their money is being taken. You get? So kindly, if you really want to help Kenya, these prayers that you come to God and you are crying and you are saying that Mungu atusaidia nini na nini, even God himself knows that these prayers are not genuine. Because what precedes after that does not reflect like this is someone who has really confessed. This is someone who is really like determined to fix this country and to change things. Especially people who are around this government. Majority of them. It is like people went there with an opportunity that now this is the time for me to create generational wealth for my family. You people are busy creating generational wealth instead of knowing which I will call it's just generational curse. Because you are creating this wealth at the expense of people's pain and people's tears and people's suffering. Those are generational curse. Those are not generational wealth you are creating. You can see how Elachi has elaborated. He has prayed about it. And I think he got a Damascus moment after the loss of his son, because he felt the wrath of Kenyans. How Kenyans descended on him in terms of the kind of messages and the kind of information they were giving out. Kenyans are at pain. Why can't our leadership just sit down and listen? Kenyans are at pain. Kenyans are asking you people to sit down and listen to them. What is so difficult by that? If things were being done right in this country, surely no one would have complained. Kila mtu angekuwa amesema no problem, the government is doing the right thing, the president is doing the right thing. But nothing seems to be happening. Someone grabs Gong Forest, anaanza kujenga mahoteli, and then until people raises nini, and then the process inasimamishwa. Why would we go to that extent? What is it that we are that we want so much, that we are so greedy, that we tuko tuna tamaa of trying to grab and take anything to ourselves? What is this thing? Where will you take all these things? Where will you take all this wealth? We have had people who are wealthy in this country. Where are they now? Where are they? When God's wrath decides to descend on some of you people that are taking advantage of Kenyans, your money will not help you. You can have billions in the bank, but it will not save your life. It will not buy you life. I think it is time that people sit down and start listening to why Kenyans are angry. And it is when God speaks, I keep on telling people that God doesn't speak to people directly. God speaks through people. Those youth that you see outside there keep on saying, keep on demonstrating, keep on protesting, that is God speaking through them. God is just telling you people that He's not happy with what is happening in the country. Why don't you just sit down and listen? What is it so difficult to do the right thing? What is it? Why is it so difficult to do the right thing? Everyone is stealing in this country. The members of parliament are stealing. The government is stealing. The officials are stealing. Everyone is looting from. If anyone is stealing anything that he can get, that he can lay his hand on. Surely, where do you want to see this country in the next 10, 20 years? Where do you want to see this country in the next 10, 20 years? Things are not working. SHA is not working. Education system is not working. So many other things are not working. Recently we didn't have hatuna pesa exam. Surely money for examination for our children, it's not there. What is happening in this country? Let's stop organizing this prayer breakfast just simply so that it can be seen that we seem to nini. Let us sit down and do some self-reflection as a country. We need to sit down and do some self-reflection. Every person, even those people who are in the government, ask yourself, hizi pesa zenye nashinda nikikusanya, hizi pesa zenye I'm keep on stashing, nitazipeleka wapi? Where will I take all this money? Hizi pesa zote, where will I take all this money? Yes, I have them. But can they buy me life? No. How many times will I eat a day? Even if you want to eat chicken, how many chickens will you eat in a day? The level of greed is what is baffling. Yani, people are so greedy to a point whereby you wonder, why would you feel like you just need to have more and more and more and more of something, of the same thing? Yet there are people who are suffering each and every day. People who have walked this country, like some of us, we have traveled even the most remote parts of this country. Kenyans are really, really suffering. Kenyans are suffering. Right now, getting at least 2 meals in a day, it's nothing like, it's a dream to so many people, to so many Kenyans. So I think instead of this prayer breakfast and everything, I think people should just walk the talk. And this issue of Kindiki telling people that respect, we cannot respect you, because do you want us to keep only respect you when you feel like when you people are stealing and you are okay and things are being looted left, right and center, then that is what na sisi tumenyamaza, that's what you call respect? We are the future, we are the leaders of tomorrow. If you people are going to loot everything, if you people are going to mismanage the country, what do you expect us to inherit tomorrow? That you don't want us to speak. We have to speak. We have to call some of these things. We have to tell them that no, this is not right. And this thing goes deep in the government. There are so many people who are eating from left, right, and center, left, right, and center. People are cutting deals all left, right, and center. Surely, what is this primitive accumulation of wealth? Africans, have we been sisi tumerogwa ama nini? Have we been bewitched that you feel that we just need to accumulate? And what you are accumulating, you have not worked for. Look at all the richest people in the western part of this world. They are rich, but they are things they worked for. They did not steal from anybody. But in Africa, the richest people in Africa, majority of them, especially when it comes to politicians, they are rich simply because of impoverishing the poor, taking advantage of the young people. Hizi pesa zote mnapeleka wapi? You are just putting curse upon yourself and your children and your generation to come. Because even if that money will be there, they will never live to enjoy that money. They will never live to be celebrated. They will never live to be looked in a different way, except how their parents took advantage of the young people in this country, took advantage of the wealth, of the resources in this country, when people had mistrusted them with the resources of this country. People need to tell these people, you need to understand that this life, at the end of the day, no matter how much you accumulate, you are going with it nowhere. You can make money in the right way. You can create wealth in the most reasonable and the right way. And you create that generational wealth for your children. Many people have done it. Even here in Africa, many people have done it. But not at the expense of other people, not at the expense of hurting people, not at the expense of making people like feel like they are useless, they are not worth any human meaning. So these things we need to talk about. We need to tell these people that as much as this prayer breakfast, we are praying to God, and most of us are believers, including myself. But we need to interrogate, what is the value of this? If at the end of the day, if at the end of the prayer breakfast, someone will still go at the back of this nini, na bado start, anaendelea tu na ile tabia yenye alikuwa nayo. Just continue, anaendelea tu cutting deals, seeing what am I getting from so and so, nani nakula from who and so, and all these things. So those are the things that I feel like are very fundamental. We need to listen to the voice of the young people, and we should not be silencing those young people. And for that person who blamed the internet, that is the devil. No, that internet that you see people are condemning and they are saying that the young people and people are using it to pass information. That is the only source of passing information that now they have. That is the only platform they can use for you people, so that they can speak their mind, so that you people can listen to them. That is the only platform they have. So instead of you people sitting down and asking yourself, why are these young people so agitated? Why are they communicating through this platform? And you sit down and you start addressing their issue. Because if you address their issues, they will stop speaking about those issues. But you people are not addressing their issues. You people are pushing them aside. You are shoving them aside. Nyamazeni. You people are nini. That is where the mistake is, because they will not stop keep talking. They will keep on talking. They will keep on airing their voices. They will keep on calling out the government when they feel like things are not right. They will not stop. So the government has a right to do things differently. The government has the will and the strength to do things differently. Can they just do it differently and see the results? Because trying to fight these people, it is not sustainable. It's not something that you can do long term. It is not sustainable. Anyway, guys, for everyone who what do you think about the whole thing? What do you think about this thing? You can share your opinion in the comment section. But above it all, as I always insist, try and remain respectful. Do not insult anyone. Remain objective. Just tell us what you think about this prayer breakfast. Do you think like our politicians and people like really mean what they say? And are they just people who just come before God just to make sure that, and you know, God cannot be mocked. This is what I kept on telling people. God cannot be mocked. You can think that you are having a way, but God cannot be mocked. God has a way of hitting back, and when he hit back very serious. So anyway, you can share your opinion in the comment section, and I insist, remain respectful. Do not insult anyone. I still see people coming in the comment section and insulting people and using all sorts of languages. I have said, anytime I see such kind of posts, I delete them immediately. Because we want to create a safe space for everyone, so that whenever you come here, you are able to discuss the issues that you have objectively, and you are able to feel like, indeed, I've said whatever I've said my piece of heart, and I've been heard, and no one has come out to attack me or insult me. Remember, It doesn't matter who you support in politics. Ama in this area, people will always have divergent opinion. That is okay. It is okay to support Ruto. It is okay to support Gachagua. It is okay to support Raila. It is also okay to hate Raila. It is okay to hate Gachagua. It is okay to hate Ruto, but do it in a manner that someone doesn't feel like now you are insulting him or you are degrading the person. Just stick to the issues, because when you stick to the issues, then you are able to be answered with the issues. Thank you. Until next time. Bye-bye.
The African Update.